Alright, let's keep the videos coming just because I got nothing better to do tonight. So, this is going to be my 1911 video. 1911s are my favorite guns. I love 1911s. I love the way they look. I love the way they shoot. I love the 45 caliber. They're amazing guns. And just for you internet safety folks, yes, this gun is unloaded. Deal? Cool. Also, because we're going to be dealing with multiple guns, this gun is unloaded. Cool? Alright. Gun safety rules. I did put up a story about my negligent discharge, so gun safety is paramount, folks. It really is. You cannot be lackadaisical with safety when it comes to guns because people end up getting hurt. So, we're going to talk about my 1911s and which ones I have. And I've actually got one other one in the safe and one other one that I used to have that I got rid of or sold or gave away. Sold, yeah. But these are my 1911s. This one here is a Kimber. I got this at a Friends of the NRA event that happened up in Leesburg, and I basically auctioned for it. And I think I ended up spending around $1,500 for it. And I don't know if it's worth $1,500. It's a Kimber, but I'm happy with it. I love 1911s. So let's talk about the modifications that I actually did to this gun. The gun is clear, so I'm going to be pointing it in kind of an unsafe direction, but it's clear. So the modification I did to it was night sights, and I also got an ambidextrous thumb safety. And those are the two modifications that I did to my Kimber, and I also got for my Springfield Armory. Does it say TRP at this side? Yeah, it does say TRP on that side. TRP. There you go. Springfield Armory, TRP. So those are the two 1911s that I have. I also have a AMT hardballer, but that thing is not worth showing. It's literally, I bought the hardballer because it's the same kind of gun that Agent 47 uses in the Hitman series. That's the only reason I got it, and I'm thinking about doing a lot of modifications to it because I don't like the feel of it, the way the slide fits with the frame and the trigger and the barrel. The barrel has threads on it, but the thread pitch is really weird, and I bought a silencer for it, but the silencer doesn't fit because the thread pitch is wrong, so probably going to have to get a new barrel and get a new threaded barrel that matches the pitch of the silencer. So that's going to be my AMT hardballer. That thing's going to be modified a lot because it needs a lot of work. It's like a gun from the 1980s, and it's from California. So, but I love 1911, so I got it also because of that. But anyhow, the modifications I did were the ambidextrous thumb safety and the night sights. So I don't carry these 1911s because I've taken these guns to the range and they've had malfunctions. So I used to carry my 1911s all the time with 2 spare mags, and I used to, full size. These are, you can see it. It's full size 1911. This is not a compact Commander, whatever model make that the compact and the subcompact 1911s are. This is the full size 1911, and I really like it. And like I said, when I was first getting into guns, I wanted a 1911, and my stepbrother, who has a gun store, luckily enough for me, was like, "Hey man, I got a TRP for you. They're great 1911s. They're like they're like combat 1911s. These were built or originally designed for the FBI's HRT, the Hostage Rescue Team, I think. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. I don't mind. I can be wrong. That's cool. I'm not an expert. I'm just a freaking regular guy. But this thing was great, and I bought this one, and another buddy, a coworker of mine, had the same gun, black and everything, and I bought this gun again from him. That gun I ended up selling because my TRPs, for whatever reason, did not come with a light rail. I've seen TRPs out there on the market which have light rails. I was like, man, that sucks. I wish one of my TRPs would have had a light rail. That would have been nice. But neither one of them had that. So they were both identical guns. They were black like this, TRP, Springfield Armories. Nothing different about them. So when a buddy of mine was like, hey man, can I buy one of your 1911s? I was like, yeah, sure, you can have the TRP because it's identical to the one I already have, and there's no sense in carrying or having 2 identical guns. To me, a gun has to have some kind of purpose, some kind of uniqueness about it. So I got rid of the other TRP and I just kept this one. And that's really the only things I've done is just the thing and the sights, the safety and the sights, because the stock sights on the TRP are just, I'm a big fan of night sights. I think they're like almost required. and these are Trijicon night sights. Trigicon's a good company. They're not really good for, you see how that's kind of ramped? That's not really good if you had to do one-hand manipulations as far as running the slide off your sights and stuff. But I never considered that kind of thing when I initially was getting into guns. I've only considered things like gunfighting recently when I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, guys like James Yeager, guys like Chris Costas, stuff like that. They talk about fighting with a gun and one-handed manipulations and racking the slide off your sights and do all this other kind of one-handed stuff and, worst case scenario. So when I originally got these sights, they were just an addition because I just wasn't a fan of just not night sights. Because if anything happens at nighttime, night sights are a blessing. I've qualified a lot being an armed security guard. I've qualified a lot with low light qualifications, and having the company guns, not having night sights, and then qualifying with my Glock 19 that has night sights, it's 1,000% better. It's just, when that happened, when I qualified with my Glock 19, when my Glock 19 was one of my early guns, I was like, every gun I have is going to have night sights. Every one. So that's what I did. And like I said, my Kimber, same thing, ambidextrous thumb safety. I'm a lefty. I'm a left-handed shooter. And same thing. I wanted these might be Trijicon. It doesn't say Trijicon on it, though. No, yes it does. What does it say? We already know they're not loaded. Come on, help me out here. Sorry. There's something on there. I just can't make it out. It's a patent number or something. Yeah. Serial number, but it's not. Okay, Trijicon. There it is. It's on the front side. It's Trijicon. So they both got Trijicon night sights, and that's what I've been getting. And recently, what did I do with my 17? Got so many guns laying around. Recently, I got a Glock 17, and I put the HD night sights on them, and the HD night sights are just 100% better. And I think I'm going to start. Here it is. And I think I'm going to start putting all sights on my guns are going to start to be the HD night sights, because I've noticed how at nighttime, or excuse me, in the daytime, the night sights are not that great. They're pretty dark. They're kind of hard to see. But at night, they're amazing. It's like, you got to have night sights. If you're going to have a gun by your bedside for self-defense, and if you're thinking that maybe, nighttime is when a home invasion might happen, night sights all day long. And like I said, it might, and because of, again, if you talk about gunfighting, having that ambidextrous thumb safety also might be something you should look into. I don't know of any I don't know of any 1911s that come with ambidextrous safeties. Most of them are set up for right-handed shooters, so they have, they have the thumb safety on the left side of the gun for right-handed shooters. So every 1911 that I gets the ambidextrous thumb safeties. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I love my 1911s. They're great guns, but like I said, I've had trouble with them at the range where the failure to feed was a big one. Another problem I had was failure to extract. Yeah, failure to extract. So I've had failure to feeds and failures to extract with both the Kimber and the Springfield Armory. I was surprised about that because, like I said, the TRP was kind of designed for the FBI, and it was kind of built to be a combat kind of gun, but I was still having problems with it extracting and ejecting. So I don't, or feeding and ejecting. So I don't carry those for self-defense. As much as I love my 1911s, as much as I would love to carry them every day of the week, I don't, because of those failures. The Glocks that I do carry for self-defense, I've never had any problems with ever. And I've shot plenty of rounds through my Glocks now. And the 1911s, like I said, I don't know if it was the mags, I don't know if it's the ammo, I don't know if it's the gun. I don't know what it is. I don't have the time or the money or the ammo to sit there and do an extensive research on why is my gun failing to feed? Why is my gun failing to extract? Is it the ammo, the mag, or the gun? So it could be any one of those three things, and I don't have the money to research it to find out what's going on. So I just decided I love my 1911s. I'm going to keep them. They're going to be in the safe. I'll take them to the range every once in a while, and then I'll and that'll be it. This is my Kimber. It's a Kimber Custom 2. It was built in Yonkers, New York, so thank you. Shout out to the Kimber folks in Yonkers. Thanks, guys. Love my gun. It's awesome. I just don't carry for self-defense. It's pretty. It's great. I actually have a t-shirt that says, Kimber, the gun you show your friends, Glock, the gun you show your enemies. And it's kind of true for me. It's pretty true. It's very true. But it's awesome. I love it. It's great. This is my 1911 Kimber. This is my 1911 Springfield Armory TRP. Shout out to the folks over at Springfield Armory. Again, a great gun. Love it. It's awesome. Just had those problems, and I don't trust it to carry for self-defense. So, if you guys know what the most common reason guns fail to feed and fail to extract are, let me know. The mags that I got, I'll show you the mags. I have McCormick mags. I don't know if you can see that. I have McCormick mags, and I also have Wilson Combat mags. Wilson Combat mags and McCormick mags. And I also have some stock came with the gun mags that I don't even use because the base plate is so thin. It's kind of like this, but it doesn't have that lip. It doesn't have that lip like that, so it's just a really thin base plate. I just don't like it. It's a 7-round mag. I like the 8-round mags a lot better. So that's what I use and carry and keep in my guns, and my guns are always loaded. And I'll just kind of show you just for fun the different ammo that I carry. This is Federal. I don't know the grain. This is Federal. This is Hornady. So those are the two kinds of bullets I'm using. Like I said, it could be the ammo that's failure to feed, failure to extract. I don't know. But those are the two different kinds of bullets that I shoot out of my 1911s. That just dropped on the floor. So if you guys know what the deal is, what the most common problem, why guns fail to feed and why guns fail to extract, whether it's me, like the extracting thing could be a limp wrist issue with me, but I don't think that's an issue with the feeding. So let me know in the comments below, and let me know about your guys' 1911s. I'd love to know if you guys have 1911s, what make, what model, and what your favorite 1911 is. Let me know.